Yo, Ebushafo Yadamase, say Munyambre, no matchen yen, Mubekaya, now twim, ye baha, Eddie, PPP, yes, yensem, ebabe 2 manim. Na Nyakupa Yadum, Emma Nancy Ababe Shimwa Hanum, Yedi Medin ebabe to Yaso. Aka na beye du anang na yakakoto aba. Inti, near Tianis Ababe yensem, na motumi akakoto aba, and yes, Makoto Amaso Biamu Skake, Nemum, Makoto based on policies are Ubiaba Chechemu, Ediamamo. Inti Enensu Yabishemu, last week hereby no, Yane parliamentary candidate for Amasaman constituency, Ura Felix Adolfo, and a barber train como. Now this week, no, in a candidate and Kawaso Bano, emergency being to went to Miamba. Now, so, and just said you made in M. Maso, Yenyo Penhenic, say, Pa. Sewoko abuchimemu UK ena Ireland ono eno ye PPP branch wo chairman yinwura ye friend of YAWSON ono so obedwane yen afa abefo kwanso na ene ye ne no edi nkomo na be bisemi se ena assembly ye babeka ye beka kita asehye ho asem ana se corruption ya de bia edi omanga na nya papa nhwehwem ama ye hu se afibia na ehwe o PPP bese ebiesa anase ne wofre 3 billion enam corruption sunti na we bisa hu se 3 billion is kaben is ka yibetumi de asi hospital yibetumi asi ka kwan bebe yibetumi e de aye mpuntunwa bebere ama me no ye hu aton nanso esane se amanyofo ene aban mu nipo ye adwuma wa aban mu wo wi asika no na wo ma aban ensan enka sika no ntino Bribia no yensa enka sika no na ne PPP reba ba be cheche yen no yeba kwan benso ene ebefa ne edi akoketa asehye na anu ya mote yinwura masna medu citizen vetting o sa afi kron na ekoso aban ni mu no afon ebati untumi ne adwuma bi wa resign on di biri ato honom ni nyina kire se MPP NDC eye dukadaya hausa ni beka kire se dukadaya that is the same kaki boys they are MPP for the same thing is what Babema why intino nanadu mahamu the same thing the that is now koto 2016 na abo me president no na manfo di so nya corrupt intino ya sa for last 4 years and work corruption ne wontumi nka corruption nimpo si nimpo wontumi nka no the corruption na ba so because Ghana film say 1% na corruption no wo de adoso chin NDC for na de intine PPP yen metna ha me blame game we are offering you the solution e pan ben so e na PPP ba ben mu a ye behwe na si kwoshe ho e pan amui e na me no ya bedi na ansa na beto nsa afre PPP UK Ireland chairman Mr. YAWSON na ye fi ase atoto na aseda kese e ma base TV T stations be bri na e wo man mu a wo ye program they are NDC they don't invest any other political party man chance now so home is actually yen say wo ye TV station na wo ye the best Unkuto ni state mwetumi atonsa ama before any other parties accepted be who was political party yenso yembra na emecheche yen policy mu enunti na nan do fen meti ha yam tikate a metrikasa na so wotim intimate house se wo hweme na me said dumedi time a yede ba be yen 30 minutes per enye sa time ni na na ibetumi da cheche yen sem ni nyina mu inti medical catch osi say yen policy statement anania other party manifesto e wu bi da now say wakasa unya bi na okenkan fa wo telephone ana fa wo computer na bo www.ppghana.org or www.pppghana.org na hwehwe policies unya ko policies wa ubenya yen 2016 policy na wasanso enya 2020 policy a yede kwakoto ayi mu no wo e ho e na nsema nneme no ye ba weka no e wo ye racket mbacho wo ha na PPP UK Ireland chairman YAWSON enche nsa yensa beka no onam abefo kwanso en ba bedi nkomo na no beba mfiase mo boss yi wa enti racket good evening
good evening sir but what is
emsament na me ye de say at one can technicians go to me assurance etie futen kan na ya sa be de you good meton kapa na UK abonten so den
ko na wo mo mi wa start do ba
why you want?
I want to.
Many an interest said, Martinamidu, origin, you know, Boris and Ombre, you can, I know, correct.
I am very likely. I am very likely because Papa said it's a very genuine question. Yeah, from Penwa, I believe that the British system will want him. They will really want to talk to him and find out about what happened in Ghana. Because the British, for Ghana was some power, we were the first country to take independence from them. Their problem there, they are very, very interested. I would not be surprised they be about this time called in Amblanda or Bowser Westminster, I didn't go straight away, and the British government would speak to him why it is happening. Why is problem? What are you thinking about?
Say PPP ever aben enema ben any PPP dey be akwemu ama corruption abdase e wo man mu patrifias ne kan asem.
Oh, me that's it. If you send you see can no Professor Meta Home Base Television as a papa say for the first time. I mean, they have started. They are the first political TV woman. I can just say the party once, but to they are called street in film. Yes, crime and the drug trade, corruption aggressively by using leadership by example. That's our head of state herself will be at the front. Leadership by example. That is, we want to be modest in government and implement the right to act fully and completely to ensure an independent public prosecutor's office, that this is established and it is separate from the Ministry of Justice. And we want to resource the National Commission for Civic Education to perform its constitutional duty.
Independent public prosecutor no na Ghana fudi esusu say independent public prosecutor PPP ho asem no the same as special prosecutor 80% wo tachi mu kakra na ehun say Ghana fo ti ase say independent prosecutor na Ghana fo kan no PPP kan no enye the same thing as special prosecutor we to actually one kakra mo man.
Yes, please, because the difference between independent public prosecutor from special prosecutor, because the special prosecutor it is of PPP, but the independent public prosecutor is of Progressive Party. The reason we call him independent is to make sure that it is independent. The office is independent, but the special prosecutor and the MPP vote on a dependent. It's depends on the president's office in Flagstaff House or Jubilee House. And in pinning for one more a cuckoo dam for one MPP no will be out to be Tiantiano. When we move on, say, and yes, sir, and yes, sir. Yeah, we couldn't send daughter also if with the 18 plus telling him or her what to do. Your own kid tells you, I'm old, I'm 20, I'm 18 and 19. Son of the year, Papa no. Son of the year, special prosecutor. So that's the People's Party. We mean, honestly, we mean independent public prosecutor's office. Honestly, by the Juma, or in the now reporting it's a public matter. That is through the National Parliament. Yes, I can ask sir.
Medase. Thank you very much. Before we go ahead, let me ask something. Special person now NPP for year, or you subject to the Attorney General. Eti special prosecutor no say obi court na Attorney General doesn't agree say you fit the court. Attorney General ebetumi court ako say PPP for we are attacking the Constitution. Article 88. And what was it? All prosecution will start and end with the general. It's Ghana would the Bonana police say or the work of court on behalf of the Attorney General. Here's the case: Attorney General or a politician or a cabinet minister or sanctuary minister or one lawyer by law or sanctuary Ghana for lawyer. It's PPP in the prosecutor. Yebe amend Article 88 in such a way say Minister of Justice ever different from a general or the people's lawyer. Ono siye yi na yaman fix of office. Aban any for yaman fix budget out with media do. And your finance minister no be man a clearance and say what to recruit staff at one any ade. Inti yen na ye kan no so MPP fu bia yen idea no e na woman to implementing ne akwakoye problem ya e dia ba match na me do I resign no me da se pound na be se e won count so so yenko
but as I said, we can remember what you so. But see, the independent prosecutor's office, no, is that we want to make sure that it's established separately from the Ministry of Justice, and once the attorney must not matter of as stipulated in Article 88 of the Constitution. We believe that making the attorney's office a minister of state it compromises his or her ability to fight and prosecute political corruption. Corruption now in painful at the highest level. No, Attorney General which made here so into whatever the special prosecutor and trial people MPP yes na dosun. Back education never were giving our people education. No, I was in the position that's 1992. 92 forming initial constitution. No. This independent prosecutor is in our constitution already 1992. Now do Oridian constitution no by London BBC hard talk. No bisano or say education policy no copy or copy for PPP. He said that he would implement that. Their government will implement that. No, I work was say. Also was said or just or crack or catch MPP for answer. Or catch how much it costs. In the meantime, we knew that at least it will cost 12 billion Ghana cedis in the first year of implementation. That education policy. To people say elected metropolitan and just metropolitan chief executives and the district assemblymen and all that. No. PPP, yes, see, we are percent of the reason PPP said it is that we want to give power to the people. Just have power from Flagstaff House. Mr. Mahama appointed people in Adenta. I say KCBC Adenta. He was employed, he was recruited by the presidency. And PPP before and Penisa, you present a man for Nankasa at 2 home trouble. Until your ideas will be both parties whom we are. Them, the so be a question. No, the say, Casa me. They call Kotuabano, who say yes. Progressive People Party, we are a relevant political party. Inti Ghana foot tia ebobwa yen Ghana foina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now back to yen fight against corruption. No, when we say UK for the more practice parliamentary system. Wokoto aba MPs na wobe form cabinet na wo de ebu minus so. But over Ghana, ye practice presidential system. Inti another thing in show PPP yen platform no more I think you talk about no yes see ebedi aban no so a yen pene emma MP emba be minister well because under the presidential system no obi a oye minister no so obi a MP a na djuma ne say brofum wo say obe scrutinize executive no na they say ade executive for na ye no MP ne be hwe say ade na wan aye no papa anase enye papa wahu enti okwa America obi a congressman a ontumi ko secretary of state emma president anase ontumi ko hudi any cabinet ministry but in Ghana no constitution say we are president will say we appoint at least 50% of your cabinet ministers from parliament. We from the PPP are holding the view that Saudi and also promote corruption for 3 reasons. Now, people are budget implementing the same person coming to parliament to approve the budget. Where is the independence of thought? Every man can approve budget objectively. Number 2, Saudi panel minister now or spend this canon. We really about parliament, about discuss report on budget. Himself questions. How is he going to assist independently? Not just say and also boa and man ministers no almost million with my. Number 3, because yes, the president appointed about 50% ministers from parliament. Almost all the time, president yes election no selected the best brains from parliament. Now Odoma could be ministers. Na akoka team bi wo parliament a sebe na omo power to scrutinize no e wo form nti this team no if you are leaving them to go and scrutinize team now present are selecting now, sometimes now go say father and son matter into scrutinization the krempo no into me nkoso yi wahu enti yes ye ba yem pene emma minister enkonkodi MP we ye MP na aban appoint was minister wo be resign ne akoto by election Mr. Kate we so minim say wo ho asem ka panti cheche mu kakra ne ye fanfa konso
Come da say say no waka no say nipa shambra no ono also na also criticize no and also review the situation in the parliament no obay bias on can cre onim cre so onka why bias against so we want him to stay outside or you work as a minister and the work of is let's say a special prosecutor or even attorney general were separate from this kind of office but CCC system ya wono and yes sir it straddles across the positions people say about you make things separate for instance the Minister of Justice is the only way to realistically fight corruption and the PPP will cause that separation to happen so that the attorney generals must never be a minister state as stipulated in Article 88 of the 1992 Constitution. And Abano Sanders say you who say Mr. Special Prosecutor no hachiro so we for PPP line and can embanisa they see a papa no be a criticizing man woman did in a time woman threatening life after you say on the president had a good reason to appoint Mr. Amidu Martin Amidu or suggestion or the parliament approved. That's why the gentleman became a special prosecutor. And the reason this man became a special prosecutor, that man is a gem. Oh no, now, Chelsea Waterville, and Mr. William. So he came to recognition across the board, even in the UK. Now, when we come WhatsApp, United States, Germany, what kind of WhatsApp? Or not do whatever William case, but on what? Because you William, after Sister Aquay in Paponi. Who read you weekend papers? I just say he's a hopeless man, he's a fake person, he's a liar, and all that. Papa. After you ever come WhatsApp, there's some Yadiboko election. I can't 14 days to go. Yadiboko WhatsApp, Papa, even before 17th December, because some people they have let us down. We believe they will go to that job. They won't force Papa Nama, the report to be out. But when that man attempted to bring a report out, President said, "Famami, or some Mugabe, give it to me. I'll look after it." Papa, this is the Dabi. I don't believe that. It's a very big problem here. We thought that corruption, Papa, you have money chance more. You have money chance. Ghana government have money chance. Now, Professor will move voti. Emma MPP for no. One so am first chance number. Until I person Ghana for one chance to say next time. No, the next few days. No, yes, see about young dream. Then a third voice to come inside the parliament. That's what PPP is talking about. You're saying you parliament in maybe the discussions were what. Then we all listen. Say no come as some bagukan won't say a presidential line you Ghana. But this is a third party. Need change structures now. Third party, third voice in there now. Or by a discussion committee, discussion, proper debate. Yes, NDC, NPP, NDC, and they are friends, they are brothers, they are sisters. We don't want that anymore. I'm not saying we've got to be enemies, but if the three is a crowd. Nipa two, the woman ya boot me ya back. Me and son. It cannot to me ya back. So we need a third voice in the parliament in the next a couple of weeks to come.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Now, you go back to reasons are Martin Amidu or the minor or the resigning. So, what kind of resignation letter no na? I never go state woman. I'm a nipa bibli down to whether na office of the special prosecutor whether it was independent or not. Was the fact that also finance minister and the mark clearance and sana utumi recruiting profile on one bay.
Yeah.
How does the office of the special prosecutor become independent when or per se or recruiting the panel no more was so kokoje clearance if you Ministry of Finance and send about me recruitment. Senka PPP and a pass a bill no set up Office of the Independent Prosecutor sana yen pese na e kadan and ye beye and a financially yet nyama prosecutor no independence.
Thank you, Robert. Saying here appointed independent prosecutor. We will give him a special package. All he's got to do is naturally a Minister of Finance and all that. All he will need to do is that give us a budget. The budget, for instance, also here 200 million pounds or cedis. That's all. Send also can. It must be given to him and his office. Obanya finance, Obanya accountant will not the department or give that to whatever a budget sikano put the farmer on nakasa yen. Yes, a woman bits and pieces. That's why he was actually not even paid. Allowances near the man on and crofon. Nipana yedma 2 years. That's if we don't pay him salary. It's a massive problem. It's a massive problem. Nipa all year jumano, one man the necessary freedom to do his work. Just like Mr. Domelevo, the Auditor General, the same thing, they are in the same league. Treatment Edema Domelevo, the same thing Edema Mr. Martina Medun. It's a very, very dangerous place to operate. It's very sad. Yes, some people live for so many days, 100 and over 160 days, which is unreasonable. Now, how many people in the system want to live? No, yes, a woman person will live. It may be we here, no, we here. So one tiapo works some tiapo. We go to my here. In fact, there are quite elections. We Auditor General if you we are talking about corruption generally. Well, why? Because that man said when the coronavirus came, and the international community was sending us billions of Ghana cedis. Domelevo, as the Auditor General, warned Ghana government that please keep a separate cash book for that, because I'm going to look into every £1 or $1 that comes in. The MPP government is not happy. Therefore, woman say uncle live. Yes, and you could live. Yes, and you could. You both football 90 minutes. You do by 45 minutes now. We change the referee. Who's the referee uncle of referee? So Otiapo is fit. He wants to do the job. And see, there are some two critical issues. These only two issues. Ghanaians must cast their mind on these and vote basing it on what the government has done to do these two major offices are very important. Auditor General you may be a God knows how many rotten stuff are there. In the meantime, you a Japan royalties, but Namedu a show no reporter. And people even in a debate to London just last Wednesday. Also, nobody told him to tackle a Japan royalties on any report. I said, well, this is in the interest of Ghana, not in the interest of MPP. According to Inej, young can't say, now in the question of Papa Ikai, who has a police in the Madabaka, maybe we are there. Will he have to go to Flagstaff or Jubilee House to tell Ekufadu before you go and arrest the man? About the Kwafunuko? The man has arrested this man. Just put him in court and jail him. We say, hey, we didn't tell you to arrest the thieves in Arabaka. So is that how Ghana is operating? No, we don't do that. In the United Kingdom, police minister can't touch a policeman. Mr. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, cannot tell a policeman anything at all, let alone the minister. You can't touch the policeman. Police, what you need, man. What attempted to be about what you. Yes, a police or power chain Prime Minister, but Prime Minister, don't touch a policeman. Whoever you are in the UK, don't touch, don't go in the way of a policeman. My police on your ejuma. My special prosecutor no on your ejuma. But you see, people are coming in this way. I think Kofu be saying no. And people for saying no. It's not true. It makes Ghana a very dangerous place at the moment. But here, election day, I believe a lot of people will think twice before they vote. And I believe they will vote wisely this time.
I've been for the past 4 years. Obi a bet try say or getting close to them in terms of investigation biano, the person suffers in one way or the other. Now I'm a Professor Jampo Klumpaka said Martinamido should have known that some places are no go areas, and I said some people are not untouchable. Mama, a few examples. Anas,
yeah,
ye na ye wokum hanom. There be anas kwa investigation, not in Samaba. Na ye na yakoshe ni abona baso. Na say your na anas kwa investigation na inka oya kakakra bi na nka kun se president should be botum na so wantimi ahu. Eno ba ye twa mu pe ancha anas starting a public attack to the extent say ne right hand man ameswali yakuni ya asem no ankwan kosi bebia amanfo say foolish case. Enu achi Manase Azuri or journalist ananka na no ye den papa every ibia no watch article ansema kese wum na say okotwa article bia okoye hu video a ye harassing kakra bia ma article si kontumi ntro bi ma say ye hu de ekọ domlevo so sori ya audit yi si ono so no wayire ena matina midu a ye nyina ye nida no so say aja citizen vigilante ono so na yaye ne flatter ono ankasa no wa resign obi ansa akeni nti wo hwa as a country are we winning the fight against the corruption?
Oh, not at all. We are not. We are rather losing the fight against corruption. But I'm not pleased saying this, but it is a fact. It's very disgraceful and very shameful. Now do a London boy. Mr. a London boy. We all know. He knows what happens in the UK. UK, for our colonial masters. We look up to them. At the moment, they also look up to us. They want to see we're the first African country hedging independence from them. They are monitoring us. Yes, I am spying on us. They are monitoring and see how good we are. We know we are good as individual Ghanaians, but collectively, as a government, we are appalling, but it is not correct. Sometimes it is very difficult to explain to your own kid. Why we are difficult. You won't quite a woman if 18. Won't you be some questions? Sometimes you can't. You can't. Because a few days ago I was in Accra. I was in Ghana on an emergency visit. And I was in Ghana with my kid. My kid also says I'm back. And then I'm one who said, potholes. I say, is nobody repairing these roads? Also, you're corruption. It is corruption. Potholes, in fact, it becomes, in Ghana, today is a manhole. Because I want to Kumasi, I want to Takrade, I want to Cape Coast, I want to Accra. The same structure. Because I want him Bibia Ukromo. Or sure, I won't say this is strange. Also, I cannot drive here. I cannot drive here. Because I driver crash. Because driver na walk Accra, no so back or far left, no so far off. Because manholes or big holes now I was treating them. In the meantime, the reason I'm saying that it's even corruption is the fact that Ghana government are charging road tax. Road tax is a tax you got to use to pay to repair the roads. You don't. How road tax? Only see a corruption. Corruption be Ghana. We a lister. I never change this here. Why I say you've got limited time. On it's a corruption. It's not only concentrated in Accra, or the same thing with Kumasi, the same thing with Takrady, the same thing with Cape Coast. And I believe the same thing must be in northern regions and Volta region and all that. I'm not pleased saying this, but it is a fact. It is a fact. Or you see a corruption. Yes, not just public officials or government officials. This is, of course, yes, corruption is on the Ghana government as well. Ministry of Road and Transport. And then I say that Minister of Road Transport in Ghana, what did he not say? After so he will close some toll booths because it frustrates him from driving through into Accra. The usual traffic over Accra, it is corruption. The reason I'm saying it's corruption is that I know enough traffic lights for Ghana. You see, traffic in a dozen. That is also corruption. It's a massive one. Road it's a corruption. When you are Accra to Takrady, who drive Kumasi and all that, it's corruption. But it's not good. It's not good. Don't you understand? It's a big picture now. The people who have some kind there, start corruption or see you trust it. we see chance say this next few days no, or say you pledge it to remove it. The surest way is to give us our party a chance to be in there in parliament. No one presidential candidate so Madam Bridget. We will change the dynamics in our national affairs, in our governance. Because they are trying NPP and NDC 45 years, NDC has got 27 years, MPP is going to get 15 years. The reason NDC has got 27 years now, Mr. Lawrence need 10 years now, account PNDC no, account PPP. You see, Lawrence or qua, and just say ni period no or Lawrence period. It's a NDC period. That's why NDC has got 27 years of ruling us, and NPP by due December year also will be 15 years. Yeah, they come 42 years. No, omidi kusisa. That's a separate old man Kruma and Kabadis Gana Yakokai. That's what we want to say. Corruption there will Ghana no. Or say a teaching or say Jay. We must close it down by 7th of December. Or say we Yampese your copy Mr. Trump or some Yampese Ghana and another worker Trump will lose also will win. And so we don't know. Even today he has now started to say yeah, after the Papua winning. Trump will lose by one of the greatest leaders on earth. Will lose over that. It seems the NPP also. I hope to God they don't copy Mr. Trump because Mr. Trump will go any mercy. When person nana do go any mercy. Ntoboko unko peacefully. But this time we got to make sure that we change the NPP. Yes, we can also do something. We can manage our own affairs without NPP. Umayebi. Ntiada umase.
Yo, yes, you betumi ayebi se wo to aba enema PPP a PPP ebetumi awini. Most of the time amanfo bebree join the bandwagon. Omo join the bandwagon na the etia ne se ohwe baabi nipa bebree wo na wo se hora mkakoto ma abago. Minua enti sawo abato no your destiny. Enti no enye se MPP for doso anase NDC for doso nti dabi. Dia ne policy no ebeboa wo no na wato abama no. Dia ne policy beboa wo no na wato abama no. PPP your policy bibiri a ebetumi aboa amagana jafa yentuma pefra. And then the ebe discuss ye the ayere be fight corruption na PPP UK chairman Eddie kan ka chere say yeba ye be make sure say attorney general no enyo ono ano ye minister of justice na che say be mo ono aye separate. Number 2 we are MP a wuntumi nkodi minister say the be ya say wo che parliament na onim say wuntumi nkodi minister enye minister di boni abeka ne ye na yetumi ahwe ama oman afa ne tume pefra ye da home based TV ase say one man say chance na say person wo support PPP ema yen campaign no ekoso a say o person wo support PPP fa mobile phone no wehu na dial *713 *303 hash *713 *303 na wadu ni tisika e de agwayen ye bi be boy pulling agent ye bi ye campaign na make say presidential candidate na voter regional or ye to ni na sika sem ni ade nti mumboyen na yentumi enje party ni nyina ho ni e famra power na ye wieye na me pese be de eyi ne famu na yetumi e de ye 1 or 2 nti yere to aso no me kwa kwaje me final comments e de afi ye racket yo sen ho na mensu maba be finalize wa hanom na yahwe bia e de dwumadini ebesi Mr. Kate enche na yemre na so enti mesrew before you go away no what will be your final advice to the Ghanaian voter because you say no after 15 days ni e kwakoto aba assembly e na baka kire Ghana fo afa aba na e kwakoto no
obido wase asama baka kire ni anum Ghana fo ni say yesra mo ya try both of them yanum NDC and APP ya try for 42 years the Islam mo another party because your great ideas are NPP area edema and proud that we got ideas are the people to area NPP area they know we brought the education policy first to see how we say free SHS na no de buy yan ya de buy Progressive People's Party na by muntie ne ye na ye tibrofo kakra. National offense constitutional opening Rollins signing, I think 17th May 1992 no. Education policy no or can clean English. Maybe I say other parties woman tiasi. That's why they were confused. But people before they tiasi. Or see from 1992 no from 1993 according to the constitution no, 2 years party be above power after 1992 elections no. The Ghana government no Ghana for almost 2 years holiday. After that no, after the 2 years which is 1993, 2 years 1995. Notice that 10 years after that, we should try and gradually introduce a policy of free and compulsory basic education. MPP they didn't understand it. They gave us 10 years from 1993, which should have finished, 1993, no, 2 years, which is 1995. 10 years, no, by 2005. By that time, Ghana should have been fully compliant with free and compulsory basic education. It didn't happen. 2005, it didn't happen. No. That's 7 years later, the Progressive People's Party are forming. They are forming in addition in the constitution. We will introduce the free and compulsory basic education. So when I'm channel opening, until Usha was MPP for meeting, and this is meeting. Even though this is opening, Papa, the late Rollins, no signing. I'm telling you. Ghana ni pia so ntia so no mesra no mama ye ntokwa no threat dem mo ko share constitution mechem they go tiase papa o mean 2 years which is from up to 1993 o mean 2 years 94 95 after that 10 years we should try and gradually introduce a policy of free and compulsory basic education. It didn't happen until a PPP was formed. So all I'm saying is that Progressive People's Party, we are a very relevant party. Young Kwafuka Chemi, waha, woman can you what ya know, never be yo. What's a medium winning in part? Na sabi, maybe a fantini. The catch a fantini in part. Today, on Bodamo, you won't crammy. Ye nipa. I say, and crammy. Winning nipa. But I know we are a new party. I know we are a smaller party compared to the bigger ones. But I can tell you, little things can make big differences. I know the PPP this time election. Never CPR Yamadum or the members of parliament in there. And the dynamics will change in the party to the glory of God and mankind. Until Messamu, Mwamutiano, one bomber than Jim. Yempenta kwa yempe atemdidi nukrani yaka. Now me see Bofunu and this is for Antiasi at that time. And people were Antiasi at that time. So Mutiasia Anka by 2005, Ghana should have been fully compliant with free and basic education. And I tell you what the problems it has created for Ghanaians is that Obiara Real School 2005. And parents are women to me from back go school is say be kaya 2005 we say yeah free education now by 2005. Now I tell you kaya football ha carpenter football and this and what's why your professors were universities. That's the way we are thinking. Timasramo and toka move voting my one try and just test us for 4 years and see as we have given an adult 4 years no. See I who say no okobia and because Auditor General, police, we prison war, until Confono and them town. Auditor General is a policeman. Special prosecutor is a policeman. Well, teaching was a mansion. Chiwena Manchu, he Japan royalties as a boy, young man, your friend Kevin Taylor, in summer, Papanica Cano. A young draw, or you say a MPP. In summer, Papanica, that's some cocaine. Macocan radio station be Orlando. Sir, a corner and summer yak Okakano. True or false? Ghana government has not come to respond to him. We don't know, but we know that we have got a Minister of Communication, we have got a Ministry of Information. They must pick what Kevin Taylor is saying. True or false? Come on and say the guy, even though he's in the US, or own country. Obianka, and to be free, the side radio station, no, no, you offer a presenter in your call from Jubilee House. So some say you say can and a young woman, oh young woman then I would tell you from the station wanga. From office of the president. No, from the presidency, no, okay. As some kind, they were listening. So muti and ye. Yeah, this time they Yamiadum, Ganafo, Umina Shayan. Opening me dasipa. I'm very sorry that I give a short answer to a very long question.
When you break na woni yen ababeche insema emu ye dese na meso mere ya mi close remarks no nia medikan aka ne se Ganafo party bia ni ho a ewo nipa Ganafo ene ma party no enya nipa dom PPP 2012 ye bae no yenya 64,000 ema presidential candidate 2016 nyame adom Ganafo mokoto ma ye ni ntino ya ba yenya 64,000 no enya na double ema 2016 ye benya 110,000 votes dia eka che say wonso beto kan ye ho a party ni benyi abaye party kase a ebeboa amagana ho ato no enti nesa wo hweme na se yasem no ayoda don't be stubborn men ka say mikoto ma PPP a wo mu wini enti men koto to ma PPP na 100,000 votes na yenya 2016 no ye increase no na enko nanim na ebi mpa na waba beka winning team ne ho na ye ko Jubilee House a ye no na ekọ enti PPP is a party for the future and I'm inviting you to become a member of the party. Video ya wa hayi ye bepa home base for channel no wo de amayen na ye de akoto YouTube PPP Ghana channel se na be ya se obi anya kwan anhwe video bi na dachi bi opeso ohwe a wo sa channel no so a wa subscribe PPP Ghana channel wo betumi anya yen videos a efa yen policies ho no ma ye ba ben wa ye be ye nya de ade nyina na aboa ama wo so what party na si ye na watumi support ye na yetumi ahwe ama Ghana afa ne ntama pefra yen pe basabasa yen pe krono yen pe corruption enti ye betena ha yen ma meka se Akufo-Addo ye corrupt eche Mahama ana Mahama corrupt eche Akufo-Addo eno na ye blame game yen dey ye solution ye dey aba ne se corruption na ekoso ni nyina no it is because of our faulty constitution no problem wo ho enti yes ye ba moma yen chance na ye ba be di aban no so a ye be hwe ni aya amendment na ye yi sa nyoma na ema corruption koso no afi wonum sa no man so enanyumbe ya bobbo so atem ya ka two main ones say ye be separate attorney general from the Ministry of Justice. Number 2 will be a MP ye mani ko minister. Look, corruption there koso ni start from leadership. Will be a chief director no be this car because onim say minister no so this car nti ono so kodi ayenye ne hwe nemum so be a chief director no onim say minister kwampu yetumi de ko prisoner ono kwampu on try because the boss no minister no kwampu no yetumi de ko minister prisoner na how much more ono a chief director na say or messenger of ministry wona okwa corrupt nti no ensem na ye ka no very practical se moma yen chance ni ye ba be di aban no so a ye betumi asesa ama nyoma akoyie ama Ganafo meje di say yakopon ya adoma next week ye be san so ba bihie mu hanom na next week ye ba le ka kwan a ye be fa so create adwuma ama yen medamase se mo hwe yen